Today I'll be talking about two series. One of them is The Kingdom of the Wicked. This series tells the story of two sisters, they're twins, and one of them dies. It's killed. So the other sister will try every single thing to solve the mysterious murder of her twin. They're witches, the whole family have powers, and the book is a thriller book. It has a little bit of romance. The first one is the first part of the story where the sister dies. She tries every single thing to solve it, and then she meets Roth, one of the Hell's devil, Hell's Lord, and they end up bonding to each other. So he promised to help her solve the mystery. I think if I stop to think about the three books, this one is more thriller. It has a lot of suspense. They solve a lot of cases on this one. The second one, I looked at this book as a filler. I wouldn't say it was unnecessary because it had a lot of answers on this one, but it focused mostly on the romance side of the whole series. Since the first book was where they met, so a lot of people didn't like this one, and I feel it's because of the lack of thriller that this had. It had answers, yes, but mostly focused on the romance part than any other things. Um, what more can I say about this book? Well, and the third one was where every single thing was answered at the end. So this is like this is where you conclude the whole story. All the answers make sense. Every single thing, it's put it together, and we have the answers. Um, but yeah, like the whole series, I liked it because it had um a lot of plot twists. But I like the first book more. I think it's because it was more thriller. And what? The thing is, it's not my favorite series, but I didn't regret reading it or mostly buying it. So if you like thriller, fantasy, witch stuff, devil stuff, this one is good. The romance, it doesn't focus too much on romance because just this book focuses on romance the most. But the thing is, I think it would be better if it was just, I don't know, two books instead of three. Like the filler was unnecessary. But I don't know if, in the author's point of view, it was supposed to be a filler. But it's a good series. You can spend some time with like a week or something reading it. It's really interesting. I liked it. It has just one dimensional point of view. So it's just the girl's POV. I think I liked it because I think if we didn't have it that way, it would be bad. I think we just had her POV. If it wasn't like that, I'm sorry, I'm not remembering. Because I think it's been like a month since I read it. I forgot like good points, but it has her POV. It's really good. Um, it kept every single thing hidden. Even if someone knows something, we wouldn't know until she figured it out. So it made it good. I think if we had like everyone's POV or like the main character's POV, it would be bad because you know, it would be unnecessary. I think just one book would finish the whole thing. Um, so yes, this is about that series. So the second series is An Ember in the Ash. It's a fantasy uh, story. It has a little bit of romance. So the story follows a slave girl, and a soldier. They both want to be free, but it costs a lot to get there. She like she loses her whole family, so she ends up becoming a spy in order. Well, she didn't lose the whole family. Her brother is still alive, so she does every single thing to save him. So she ends up becoming a spy, and then she meets Elias. Well, her name is Laya. Um, she meets the soldier, and a lot of things happen, and he ends up promising her to help her find her brother. While she helps him free himself for some stuff. Um, so the whole story follows those two. The book has different POVs because it focuses on revolution, um, civil war, conspiracy. It has a little bit of magic. So the whole book is like it has humans, a little bit of magic, humans with some magic, and there's a magic beyond to answer every single thing. It's like the whole book doesn't develop around magic itself, but magic answers every single thing that happens. So a it's like a world with humans without powers and magic, and some humans that end up having powers because of some reasons, some relationships with those um, who have magic. Those creatures who have magic. Between the four books, I liked the first book the most. I think because of the expectation that I had with it. I felt a little disappointed with the last book. And I think because I felt like the story was being pushed too much. I didn't get what the author was doing. It was like, the first book was good, the second one, yes, the third one was and the last one was like you could put every single thing that you're putting in this in the book three, and the book three you would put it in the second book. It would have made more sense because of the structure of the book. The book had like the first book have two people's POV, and then the the other three books, the second, third, and fourth, have another person's POV. So it's three people, and then some moments you'd have a fourth person um, point of view. So it was kind of messy, but I understand the story because the story is like this. You know, it's a big world. It has a lot of things to unsolve. Oh my gosh, the light's annoying me. So I'm that light now. I have to go this way. Um, it has a lot of things to unsolve. So we'll have a POV of what something that's happening in here, and then another POV of something that's happening in here, and another POV of something that's happening in here. So we'll have like three spots, three different person um, telling what's happening in each side of that world. I think it was made that way to answer stuff because again, the story is really interesting. It has a lot of things to unsolve, a lot of things to tell, a lot of things to explain. But at some point, I was frustrated because I got to point where like I'm more interested in what's happening with this person than with what's happening with that person. The thing that you're telling me about that person is boring, or I'm just not that interested. I want to know what's happening in here. I don't have a solution on how the author could have made it better, but at the end, I don't know, it could be better. So I found myself a little bit disappointed because if it was just one point of view, just one POV, it would be something. I don't know. The author would have to explain a lot of things, but I think one POV would be better, especially with stories like that. But at the end, I liked it. I didn't feel like that I wasted my time reading it. Just the last book, but it's a good story. Something that I would recommend to people. So I think I said every single thing without giving spoilers. Because it's the type of book that you have to literally just know exactly what it talks about, war, revolution, freedom, romance, traumas, that. So yeah, that's the thing with the whole story. And I think that's enough to make someone read it if they want to. So that was the whole thing that I have to talk about the two series that I read. They're not my favorite, but I like them, and I have to read them in order to recommend to people who talk about it. Because there are people that will love it the way it was made because of what is the genre. There are others that will like, it's not my type. So if you want more book recommendations, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what type of books that you like. If you have any type of book that you like, oh, I don't know, how is this book? I don't want to read it and waste my time. Let me know. I might waste my time and then tell you if you should read it or not.